going to be for quite a while. So just to get everybody caught up on everything, my gym membership was canceled. Um, there's a whole story behind that. Basically, I was at the gym. I went to my morning classes. After my morning classes was over, I went to go grab lunch. On my way to go grab lunch, I ran into quote unquote Cindy, which is a woman that is untraditionally housed. And I hadn't seen her in a while, but I ran into her and she helped me up for like an hour. So I left the gym just to get some lunch and to pick up my schedule for the evening classes so I know who the instructors were. And prior to that, I won like a little jump rope contest that they had, which is crazy because I hadn't planned on going. I won that. Then when I got back to the gym, I was intercepted at the door and cited for leaving my belongings. I was gone for 3 hours, so they were watching me. There's a whole story behind it. And if I get a chance, which I probably won't, I'll do a breakdown of each and every employee and what happened and why I think it happened and so forth and so on. But basically, I had one bag that had my lunch in it. I had another bag that had my hygiene products in it. And I had compiled everything into one backpack, and I had my hiking backpack, which I go back and forth with. There's a story behind that. But anyways, this is what it's looking like. I think I have dreadlocks now, but it's okay. So in other news, I started trying to go back because I said, well, this will be a good thing for me to try to do the Christian connection again, the ALG thing, because it's really not working. And again, like I said, it's unbelievable. So one of the things I did, I started redoing a book. And I made the whole book, and at first it started out with just like a little poem that I had drawn and stuff. I'm not going to show you everything because I haven't published it yet. But on one of the activities that I have, and it's for the Christian Connection thing, I have where there's like a Christian scavenger hunt. And what brought me to this, it was different people at different churches that kind of inspired me. It first got started because there was a guy that was at a barbershop, and he was talking about how, one of his customers was telling him, complaining about his house, and he was like, well, you could be sleeping under the tree. And I was like, sleeping under a tree? And I wrote a poem about it, and it's called The Sleeping Tree, and I did a nice little Mandela picture, with it, and it's quoting John 14:2-4, in my Father's house there's many mansions, because what I hold is that the world was created by God, and that is our home. It was created for all of us. Unfortunately, some people stole it and started charging people for it. So, and then I have different things. I've been wearing the same clothes since the day that I got quote unquote assaulted. One of the things that was said, now I'm going to tell you, now that I don't have the membership, it's more than likely, it's a little bit harder for me to take care of everything, but if I didn't stink before, I'm going to stink now. But but I've been doing okay. They're having a couple of days where it's just like, what's up? But I have a whole bunch of different puzzles and things that are with it. And another thing that inspired me was that one of the ladies at one of the churches asked me, I guess because she got tired of seeing me looking like this, what do you need? And me, I'm not going to immediately answer that because at the moment I was fine. I said, well, let me, if it's okay with you, now that I know that you're receptive to that, when I find something I need, I'll let you know. And of course I overdid it. So I did like a word search, and with the word search, I call it the Christian scavenger hunt because I have all of the things that I quote unquote need in order by department and category from the most to the least. And one day I was in Walmart and I came across someone that I kind of knew, and they wanted to hug me, and I was like, no, I'm kind of funky. And they were like, I don't smell anything but God's perfume. God has a sense of humor. I have flipped through the Bible, and it opened up to the page that says Genesis 27:27, and he came near and blessed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see the smell of my son. It is the smell of a field which the Lord has blessed. But anyhow, and my computer is broken, and there's a whole story. The gym thing was just amazing. I can't even, that would be a whole series. But anyhow, so I have a Christian scavenger hunt, Embrace Everything Down, and there's a crossword puzzle that goes with it. I went through this whole book with like a pastor that because I said, well, let me just go on and do it because I'm giving you an opportunity to do what you say you do. You're supposed to. The most important commandments are to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love each other as you love yourself. This guy having trouble getting to his truck. Love each other, as you would love yourself. And when they say the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy, we're supposed to come to love, heal, and forgive, right? And so I gave that opportunity, and I let the pastor know about this page. This is particular, I go to so many different churches. And what he says to me was, oh, well, let me go through the book and we'll see. And the ironic thing was that at the end of that Bible study thing, they said, oh, they have a highway or something on Saturday at 9. And I'm like, okay. I had another commitment, but I was like, okay, no problem. So, oh, hey, King Della, haven't seen you in a minute. So I said, no problem. And then what made it so ironic, because he was just like, everybody may not be receptive. So I find out today, by happen chance, I end up at that particular church again. And I'm just overstuffed with so much food because I went to like 2 different churches and I'm overstuffed. They had lots of food at each. So the thing that got me was his wife was, when I left there, I was halfway down the street, like literally all the way at the end of the church, and I heard her say, how's she gonna tell us to such and such and such? So I addressed her about it today. I just said, hey, did I say something wrong the last time I was here? Because I heard you say this, and I was all the way down. She was just like, no, I'm always positive. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, it was just the devil, but I heard her. So the thing that got me, that kind of messed up my spirit on this, was that this thing, the Christian scavenger hunt, again, it lists the things that I need, by department, whatever, and then it has a crossword puzzle goes with it. And this is basically what it is here's a fun way to get rid of things you don't need and intentionally help someone else. The following is a list of needed things in order of importance by category, left to right, and by need, top to bottom. You or loved ones may have some of these things or talents laying around the house unused or unneeded, or if you want to help but cannot stand to part with these things, gift cards are always welcome. So basically, preventing hoarderism. Got a lot of stuff, because I even have stuff that I don't need, and I'm in a different situation. And so the thing that killed me about it was that when I went to this thing today, afterward they had like a little fellowship where they had food and stuff, which I thought was great. I had the opportunity to fellowship twice today, but I didn't promote this because it just kind of stabbed me in my heart, because the woman said, because I said, well, I wanted to see what her heart was. I was going to say, hey, do you have any bags left over from Saturday? So instead of just saying no, she says, oh, if I did, she was just being really, if I do that for one, I was just like, what? And then come to find out, I started asking her about the nonprofit, how she got the money and whatever. She hired a company to do her 501c3. She paid like $300 for it, right? And then the thing that killed me, I was like, oh, okay, well, what's the name of the company? Because I heard him say it, I didn't catch it all. And she told me the name, and I said, where's the location? She says, oh, we don't have a location yet. So this thing about what I was telling the pastor about, you may have things laying around the house. Not only do they have things laying around the house, they have things laying around the house that's part of this nonprofit that's for that purpose, that they're not using for that purpose. And that's what killed my spirit, And I was just like, man, and usually my countenance is happy. I'm okay. I look crazy, but I'm all right with it. Rock with it, right? And my hair really is like, I don't know. We're going to have to go get a Pantene hair mask, and we're going to do that tomorrow. But I got so much encouragement in the backdrop from that. But I don't know if y'all can understand what I'm saying about the irony of that. It's not even irony, just downright wrongness. And I had another church where, and I think I told this story a while ago. I had so many horrible experiences, but it's all for something like they say, what God gives to you is not to harm you, but just to grow you. Still can't get into his truck. But the other one was, this was a few months ago. I went to this particular church before this situation, me looking like this, but I'm still a survivor. But my body is out of shape now. I got a belly now from sitting around and eating and not exercising as much as I can or should, right? But I'm going to get it started again. And I had come to the point where I was just like, God just does not want me to have a job. Because, like I said, maybe 1 week out of this year, where I told y'all the car was stolen by a church. They had my driver's license, my social security, finally got that replaced just on the last day before my mailbox was closed. It's crazy. Just until the last day before my mailbox was closed. And I tried to get there sooner, and the day that I was going, it was just like, all of a sudden, when I started to get up to go, it just started thundering, crashing, lightning, everything. So I started to walk out, but it was like my whole home was about to blow away, and I was like, okay, I'll wait for it to be over. waited for it to be over. Next thing I know, I got to the Social Security place. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They just closed at 12 to have some type of celebration on a Friday. How ironic. And it was coming so close to the date that my mailbox was ended. So then I was able to order it again, and it came on the last day, but my mailbox was actually over. So I'm like, fine. So I'm like, I'm keeping it at home this term. I'm not gonna bring it out with me. And so the day that I went to the gym, like I said, a lot of time I was gonna do morning exercise, go for lunch, pick up the evening schedule, come back from my evening classes, and after the evening classes, I was gonna do my own personal workout for a while. Then I was gonna go do my thing off site. Then I was gonna come back, do the sauna, spa, ride the bike, and then I had the doctor's appointment, which was stupid. But I had a doctor's appointment, and then I was gonna be job hunting on the bicycle. That's when I had my Social Security card, just in case I was gonna go up there and just like, hey. But now I look a hot mess, so there's no way. I'm not gonna say there's no way, but I mean, I can't see myself like realistically even trying to get, but we'll see. But so the other place I told you about, I was telling them about the article again about how I wish he would fix that situation with his car. What's the problem? But I was saying how, boy, do I look crazy. But the girl who is the daughter of the pastor there, and again, the girl that's the daughter of the pastor there, the man that drives, never usually take church vans because they don't usually have them available anymore. But then too, I just have too much stuff, and I wouldn't put nobody else through that. But anyhow, so he's giving me rides and whatever, and then the lady came and she asked me, and I think she lives around here somewhere. She was just like, oh, if you need a place to live or whatever, we do that. And basically what they're trying to do is get you over to some type of thing where they can make money off of you. And I'm like, no, but I said, I got everything I need. God provides me everything I need. The only thing that I don't have, is provided already, is the ride. He gives me a ride when I go downtown to take classes or get groceries or whatever. And then she was like, she told the guy, and she has the power to do this because she's the pastor's daughter. She said, don't give her a ride anymore. And I was just like, wow, the one thing that I said that I needed and I appreciated, she's saying don't do. So scary is diabolical. I can't even put you in the moment like it was. I'm not telling the story very well, but it's crazy. And so many different situations like that, right? And then, so that's it. And with the gym thing, there was a girl. And I think what happened is because I had like a free membership for like a whole year afterwards, but I think that happened because of the situation where I worked there, and there was like some type of harassment issue or whatever, and I put it down. Won't nothing I could do about it. You know what I'm saying? And you should know that. But then they had new management, and I think the girl that was the new manager was really trying to. I hope I don't get cut off. I think she was really trying to help. But I think what it was contingent on was that, to prove myself, But what happens, because like I said, I was going to the gym every day. I was looking good. My body was back, whatever. But then after that, I was just like, I understand that if you pick something up, you got to put it down. So if I picked up that membership and started doing, everything like that, and I didn't want to the classes and stuff like that just because I really didn't need the classes. I had my own workout, right? And I had enough of my own workout to really go 24, 48 hours straight. And I was doing good on that, right? And but then it got to the point where, and immediately after my paid membership had ended, I decided I was going to do spring cleaning because I was like, oh, I don't have nothing to worry about, and I don't want to immediately start using that because if you pick it up, then you have to put it down, right? So I didn't want to immediately start using that because I wanted to give it some time to simmer because I didn't know what was going on. But she was very cordial about the way that she did it, right? So, I went home, I started spring cleaning, trying to get stuff together, whatever. Now I'm winter cleaning because the weather's going to change soon. And then after I got finished doing that, I started trying to get back into my little 9-hour, 12-hour workouts, started to get into that. But then I realized my body, but I was doing a lot more, I went into it slow. I started off with just the long showers, the sauna, and then the bike. But then after I started doing that and I started getting back into my regular workouts, then after I started getting back into my regular workouts, I started noticing that my body wasn't changing anymore. As a matter of fact, my body looked soggy, and I was like, ew, right? My body looks real bad now. But So I was like, what's going on? Somebody on here, Kid Frankie, I don't know if he's anyone, but he says, oh, you're getting a college student and you're going to your father. Well, congratulations, Della. I'm proud of you. So happy for you. Yep. But what ends up happening is the guy said my body plateaued, and so that's why I wasn't getting any results. I had to change my workout. And so since he was saying I had to change my workout and I hadn't developed like an alternate workout yet, I was like, well, this is a good chance for me to go to the classes. So I started going back to all of the classes and participating in all the competitions. I actually won a competition, which was crazy. Yeah, I appreciate you doing good and sharing it with me, because I need to hear some good news. As you can see, my life is a little crazy, but it's all for the good in the end. You know, I'm going to keep believing that. But how can you be this old and all this stuff is still happening, right? So, yeah, so I did that, and then that's when I went away, you know, to go pick up my evening schedule because I wanted the names, and then they were having this Olympic thing, and I was actually starting to actively campaign for that. You know, one of the girls made a copy of the QR, and then, you know, I saw the people talking about me at the front, you know, but I was like, okay, you know, it was mainly the women. The men just follow around. And this is what I learned through this process, that the women are the ones that's like, you know, but the men, you know, whatever those women say, if they're quote unquote powerful women, they just kind of go with it and they enjoy it, you know. It's weird. And then the other lesson, and this is like the short version because I gotta go back, but the other lesson that I also learned is that, you know, being kind to people. You know, I was a little bit rude a couple times to people that were kind to me. You know, because, you know, it felt good to be a normal person, not be groveling anymore, right? But I was kind of rude. There was one person that I think was really helpful. And then again, I'm just a nice person, but I think he was really helpful. And then there was a couple of times, and it was so weird because when I came in after the manager did that, it was like, I felt like a politician or something. They were like, hi, Maria, you know, like I was a millionaire. And I'm just like, you know, and then I think one person did it intentionally, like I was having the worst day ever. And she called my name out real loud while the manager was up there, and I looked crazy, right? But with that one about the kindness, and I noticed that I did this again yesterday, and again, you know, this young man, you know, spoke, whatever, and I didn't say anything, and he was looking like, who raised you, you know? And there's so many times, and I think he really was trying to be nice, there's so many times you could do that before a person is just like, they turn their back on you because everybody else is hating on you, you know, nobody else likes you, and I'm being nice to you, and you being rude, you know, let me hit on you too, you know? And so that's what it was. He gave up the ghost, per se. And so I learned that too. And, you know, there's one or two more people, you know, not related to the gym at all. There's one that, you know, but I was at the mall, and I think I was taking a break or something, working on something on the side. One of the girls that worked at the little cookie store, she came, and I think what happened was that someone saw me there, and I walk a lot, so even if I'm not quote unquote traditionally housed, I kind of look that way. This is like the worst I've ever looked, ever. This is awful, but it's okay, my spirit's still good. So when I was sitting there, and there was a Caucasian couple that kept walking by, and they were making faces and stuff. And I guess maybe what happened was they went to the cookie place. And for me, like at that point, you know, when I saw people, I would try to, you know, make eye contact and speak. And so maybe they took it as something else, and maybe they said something to the cookie girl, because then when she got off work, she walked past, she was just like, you know, would you like this cookie? And I'm thinking, probably somebody said something that was so nasty that, and I think a couple times that happened because I've been having people try to give me things, and one probably because of the appearance, but usually if you look this bad, it's not like that. But and I remember asking one lady, I said, you know, what made you think about me? And then I realized in the end that probably, you know, unbeknownst to me, I'm walking around like a happy possum, minding my business, doing my thing. And what she's noticing is that maybe I'm getting some really nasty looks. And so this is my uniform, as y'all saw since June 12th. I'm not changing until the weather changes and I have to change clothes, because it doesn't make sense, you know, because it'll be just for you so that everybody else can look and say, oh, you know, she looks normal. No. But my hair, that is something to contend with. I am going to go get a hair mask tomorrow. I am going to try to get the replacement Social Security card. Shout out to one church lady, and there's usually only just one, that she kind of encouraged me, because, you know, she I know for sure she could retire if she wanted to, you know, but and I asked her why she didn't come to church last time. She had to work, that's why she didn't come to church. So, you know, it's an encouragement for me, but I almost felt like God just didn't want me to have a job anymore. And then my mental health if I go. Like seriously, I already look the part of crazy, but if I go back to a job and be abused like that and I don't have any kind of support system, I don't know, they might have to sign me up. So, sign me up somewhere. But, it sounds like she's trying to help me. Then also, there's like 3 churches that work really closely together there. And again, it's, not about the church overall. You got to find the good people and the people that cater to you. So there's another lady that I ran into before I became untraditionally housed. And she actually does like some type of vocational rehab for people that need to work and stuff. And I think I actually spoke to her, and at that time I was working at a spot where the church was 4 hours, and they were scheduling me on days where you had to go get food, and I didn't get any type of public assistance. So it didn't make sense. I was making $18, $36 a week. But anyhow, Della, if you get a chance, let me know, what are you studying? He says, even my mom just got a new kidney and is working. Oh, you're doing really good. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. Yeah. But everything's looking up for me. It's just like, I feel like I try so hard. And, yeah, but I'm still trying. But that's the catch up on my life. So when I get a chance, I'll be here again. I try not to do so much here, but there was so much, And another thing I want to talk about the gym, actually I don't, because there's no need to look in the rearview mirror. But one thing I'm going to say, just a blanket statement, is that, if you're not, there was a statement that was made to me that, hey, you do wrong things too. You just don't say anything. But if you're saying we, that means you're saying something, you're just not saying it to me. And I'm the kind of person, talk to me, not about me, because you can't resolve anything if you're talking and people don't know. And I've asked, expeditiously, but I'm going to get back and kind of wrap up and get out of here. And I got to do something about this party. I don't like this, because look at this. Look. I don't know if you can see, but this belly is sticking out. That's not where it's supposed to be. The hair is one thing, and the hair is really bad. I think I can qualify to be Rastafari at this point. I love being Afro, but this is like something different. You can see all 50 different textures of my hair. It's crazy. It's insane. And I think that I'm going to have to break a lot of my hair off in order to, whatever. But I'm going to try the Pantene hair mask tomorrow, see what happens. And then after that, if I have to put little, Sealy from Color Purple braids all in it, I'm going to do it, because I've never seen my hair like this. And it's not just seen, it's feel. And the hair that's sticking up in all different kind of directions, I can't unstick it. It's stuck like that. So, but I'm going to do what I can with it. But yeah, but anyways, love you, blessed, and I'm doing good. And again, just a disclaimer, I believe that God, all that stuff that I'm talking about, that God is doing that. So I don't have any negativity towards anyone, anything, any company, any slander, nothing like that. If I had a chance and had time, I would sit and tell every little detail of each and every employee and how everything kind of went down. But I don't have time for all of that. The lessons that I learned are the ones that I just gave you. I still have a lot to learn about that. Like yesterday, usually, like now, what my new routine is, I did a little workout at the parks and stuff like that. But then, I get so hot and it takes so much, I stop. And now it's just like, I'll get my water and I might go over there and charge up or something like that, and then going on about my business. But I really need to exercise. This body, like, this is not healthy. Anything with the belly sticking out, not a good look. So thank you, Della. I love you. You didn't tell me what type of classes you're taking. If you get a chance, let me know. I'm just interested in knowing. But anyways, I am out for real this time, because, that's all that we needed to do. That's like 25 minutes of straight talking. Bye.